the scripture. Yeah, damn. I put it in that phone. What's that chapter? Romans.
What
11:4.
What chapter?
11:4. Jim should have faced 04. Yeah, 04. Oh, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal? Yeah. Set it up. What?
No, I said All right, Shalom. Let's start by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash, the ones of the apostles and the elders of the millstone, and Shalom to like I did, doing this work of faith, and live with love and true sincerity. As a brother Jim at Soldiers Faith, New Jersey, here with the weekly sit down, and today's topic is who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. So let's start off with that scripture.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse, well, that's the point. Should I read into the point?
Yeah, read it.
Okay, verse 1. It says, I say then, have Yahweh cast away his people? God forbid, for I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, and of the tribe of Benjamin. It says, the Most High have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. Won't ye not what the scriptures say of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel, saying, Lord, they have killed thy prophets and digged down thy altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what say the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right, so what this is getting into, we're going to read further into that too. You know, Paul's obviously letting it be known who he is, you know, and that the Lord haven't cast away his people. So we know that that translates over in today's time as well. You know, that's why we're woken up into the truth, you know, to proclaim the same things of old and the things that are to come. And, you know, you had many prophets during that time that had, you know, been killed off, you know, due to the times at hand, really ain't for themselves, you know, but the Lord have a few chosen men, because we know that what they're all not Israel, that are of Israel, even those that teach, men that teach, you know, every man that teaches not a part of that elect, you know, and we hope that we are a part of that elect, you know, just as the Lord have reserved 7,000 men unto him who didn't sell out. We hope to be those men that endure unto the end and stand stiffly for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you know. You gotta keep going.
Okay. Yeah. This is verse 5. Well, I read 6. But what said the answer of
verse 5?
Verse 5?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, verse 5. It says, even so then, at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace.
Exactly. So even so what? At this present time. And that's the beauty of the scriptures, because the things of how it was back then, it clearly mirrors into today's time. So even now we have election according to the Most High's grace, man. You know, we can obviously tell those who wind up selling out in the truth. We know the old dude Comfy, Bubble Eyes, and all these different guys wind up, you know, pretty much selling out, you know, and things like that. So what? We're hoping to be a part of that election of the Most High's grace, you know, because what? We have this you know, Yahushua laying down his life for us, gave us this second opportunity, you know, to steal into the kingdom, man, you know, or else we will all be going, man. All right.
It says, verse 6, and if by grace, then is it no more of works, otherwise no more grace.
Right. So grace is just giving you a leeway, pretty much. Basically, like, you didn't meet the deadline, or you didn't meet whatever quota, or you didn't do what you done. So you know what? I'm going to do you this favor, which I don't have to do. That's what grace ultimately is. That's why we are not to frustrate the grace of the Lord and to try to take advantage of the grace of the Lord. You know, because guys want to feel as though that it's all about them and about the work they put in, this, that, and the third. If you're a part of the elect or part of the hopeful elect, you're going to fall in line with the duties as you're supposed to do anyway. Because that's how the Lord set it up. That's why when the angel came unto Ezra, he told him, like, hey, don't worry about no more of the rest of those guys. Worry about the guys that's seeking the Lord like unto you. Because the elect naturally fall in line with their purpose. How, you know, up in the YouTube where they talk about, yeah, the man got to be on his purpose. The man got to be on his purpose. If you're a part of the elect, you naturally going to fall in line with your purpose of you being a prophet, of you being fervent for the word of Yahweh Shem Shah, and you falling in line, man. And that's how it has to go. But that still don't mean that it is of you, because we all play a part.
Yeah, I got something for you real quick. This is going into the word grace. All right. 54:85. It says, grace, that which affords joy, pleasure, delight, sweetness, charm, loving kindness, grace of speech, goodwill, loving kindness, favor. It says, of the merciful kindness by which the Most High, exerting his holy influence upon souls, turns them to Yahushua Mashiach, keeps strength, increases them in Christian faith, you know, in the Most High's faith. It says knowledge, affection, and kindles them to the exercise of the Christian virtues.
Right, and that the last few lines of what he read, that was spot on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. It's the Most High bestowing his goodness upon us, you know, as I said, to give us that second chance to increase our faith, to increase us in his the ways of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, so that we actually stand a chance at salvation. So we know that since we have this grace, that we have to give all the credit unto the Lord. Somebody give me real quick Jeremiah 9 and Jeremiah 24. You know, because guys want to glory like they somebody. None of us ain't shit, man. We can all easily be replaced in a heartbeat, man. You know, in a heartbeat. Somebody got that?
Yeah, so Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 24 says, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
Right. So if you want to glory in something, if you want to take pride in something, take pride in the fact that we understand the Lord, man. But the spirit that God is in, you clearly display that you don't understand the Lord, man. This is how we differentiate him that serve the Most High and him that don't serve the Most High. Because a lot of guys out here, they trying to serve themselves, man.
Yeah.
You know? And then you look at the different religions and different things out there. They out there serving their own appetite. They serving their own bellies, man. We not trying to serve our own belly. We just trying to make it have our daily bread. And that's hard enough to do as is, man. Yeah. You know? Because we see the bigger picture of this thing, man.
Yeah, we want to stay in the grace.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to lose that grace.
Yeah.
You lose that grace, that's your ass, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, just hit this one. It's another one. A, the spiritual condition of one governed by the power of divine grace. The token or proof of grace, benefit. A gift of grace, benefit, bounty. Thanks for benefits, services, favors, recompense, reward.
Yeah, because you can look at grace as a reward and just a time period for you to get right. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is at the end of the day. I'm giving you, it's like how the car dealership said, yeah, you got a warranty, we're going to give you an extended warranty. That means they're going to give you a warranty even longer than what you would have had on your vehicle, right? So we are vessels to the Most High. So the Lord has given us more grace while we're in these terrestrial vehicles for us to get right with our spiritual vehicles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's all about at the end of the day, man. And we not looking to make no deals with Esau down the line when it all comes down to, because as it gets into pretty much those who have bowed down to the something like that, that's in essence is selling your soul. You know, for what? For naught. We know the times of the Greek Israelites, you know, that was selling themselves out for food, for license to do this and license to do that. just to live it up in somebody else's kingdom, man. But they couldn't have the patience for the Lord to come back and set things straight so that we can actually do things righteously within our own kingdom, You got that?
Sirach 10 and 8, you said?
Yeah.
Sirach 10, 8 and 9.
10 and 9.
It says, why is earth and ashes proud?
Actually, start at verse 8.
So Ecclesiastes 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Exactly, and that's what we constantly seeing. So the other nations, they're looking in turn to take over the power structure of America, because right now the government and stuff is not mentioning it, but we in a recession. It's going to get even worse than what's going on right now, man. Because you hear I'm hearing a lot of financial people talking about it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the black YouTubers that that got money and that's really into the system and stocks and this, then the third, they all talking about it. So technically, we in a recession. So other nations, they're looking to take it come up, man. But little do they know that our from the unjust dealings of Esau, that's all going to come over into righteous dealings when it comes to us, man. When that transference of power is set in stride by the Most High. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud?
Why is earth and ashes proud? Because we made it for earth and ashes. Go ahead.
There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man.
There's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Why? Because a man that is covetous, you can be covetous over righteous things, but more so people are covetous over wicked things, man. Or something else another man has. That's why people rob, steal, kill, do all these different things in the world. This is why Esau does everything that he wants, because you see, okay, Iran, they over there, they got the oil. We want to cover that. These people, they got this over here. We want to cover that. So mainly you this in a wicked way. And the Lord is clearly telling you that, hey, it's not a damn thing that a covetous man won't do in order to get his. That's why there's not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Because he's going to do all types of lawlessness to get whatever he got. And he has no order, no structure, no nothing. For him, it's kill or be killed. I got to eat. Fuck how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
Right. So a lot of our people, like casting away your bowels, pretty much is for a lot of our people, they naturally cast away their inheritance. They naturally give away, that which is profitable unto us, unto other nations. You know what I'm saying? They want to, hey, so Israelite, keep that shit, man. You giving away your birth. You doing what Esau did, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau gave his away for what? A morsel of meat, some damn pie that you like. I don't recognize that. I don't care about none of that. I want what the white man got. When you can't have shit he got, because he clearly just coming to an end because of the recession, and then
you got guys that expertise, the experts that really professionalize in the stock, they professionalize in the economy. They're predicting that next year is going to be hell on earth. That because of the food, they said that the farmers openly admitting that they're not farming crops that's going to be ready for next year. Yeah. So a great famine is coming, on certain foods and things like that. Yeah. The supply chain has been hit, drastically, to where you're not going to have that regular fed. The scripture say the vented shall fail. Yeah.
Yeah. 2 Ezra 16:22. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and others that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
See? So the Lord prepared it, and we're, as prophets, men of the Lord, hopeful elect brothers who are teaching, in the fear of the Lord, preparing you for the terror of the Lord, that look, these things are coming, and as the title goes, who have not bowed the knee to Baal, that'll be the elect. So a famine is coming. That's the Most High, pouring out that pain, that judgment. We ran in the camp earlier. Isaiah, was that 14 or 13? 13, I believe. You know, the Most High shall make men travail as a woman.
Yeah, 13.
Yeah, you know, he's gonna be cruel, man. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I got some. Oh, it's like this is Revelation chapter 15, verses 1. And I saw another sign in heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of the Most High. And we can see why the wrath of the Most High is coming. You know, we're here being in the belly of the beast, but all these nations are selling out, man. You know, accepting the alphabet community within their countries. You know, drinking of the wine of the wrath of the fornication of Esau, even the so-called white man. You know, and now they're trying to attack the children.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you're looking at YouTube, they got like unskippable ads of the community that you have to watch, man. You know, so now children are watching that. So they're coming after the kids. Once you come after the kids, you lost hope. They say the children is the future. So if they're attacking the future, then there's no future left for righteousness, man. So that's why we see the wrath of the Lord being kindled. Not to mention hardcore slavery, okay, that we went through. Let's not even mention how you whitewash the Most High himself, his only begotten Son, the angel, his true people. So we see why it needs to come.
Hey, just to add to you, another thing too, to make mention of, you got a lot of people going into the tech world and becoming transhumans. You know, they're altering their bodies to become superhumans. You know, that's against the Most High. The Lord got to put an end to that. You know, they're trying to exceed and bypass the Lord. You know, scriptures say how, it's that Isaiah 37 on down, how it goes into how I say they think the Most High made us into earth, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah.
You know, they think the Most High made us in error. That's Esau. The Most High made us perfectly right for these times. Until he perfect us and make us perfect, which are the Israelites, starting with the elect. But Esau, you the wicked. You know, you the wicked. You have the curse on you from the Most High. All right? Going back to Cain. The Lord identified him. You know? So he's still carrying that curse on Cain, you know? Because we know through the Spirit, you know, you go back to Cain, you go back even to the serpent in the garden. You are the wicked. And now the wicked is ruling the world, and he wants to change, you know, the way we exist. And that can't happen. All right? That defeats the purpose of the Most High. You know, they're coming against the Most High strong. You know, spitting in the Most High's face. They want to disrespect the Most High in ways that you can't imagine. And they're doing it. They're proud, man. They're very, very proud. And they look and they really believe that, and this agenda they have, and this goal, this lineup of their NWO is gonna be successful. You know?
Yeah, I got some. A person can break it down if y'all want to. The second Ezra 9, I'm gonna start it off verse 5. It says, "For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the time also of the highest have beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And every one that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith where he hath believed, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I sanctified for me from the beginning." So those are the ones, and we're hoping part of us, hey, that's not going to bow that knee to the image of Baal. That's not going to give into the wiles of Satan or whatever he has for us. That Satan has so many tricks up his sleeve, man. So many tricks up his sleeve. Well, we know through the pandemic, we know this vaccine, whatever you want to call it, this was all a part of it. You know, this is a part of the beginning of sorrows. We've been in that point, but you can see how things are constantly in the, you know, shutting. Depending how long that shit really lasted. What, like a year, 2 years?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A good completed 2 years.
Yeah, completed 2 years. But like when it was fully in effect, how long was it? Like maybe 6 to 8 months or some shit like that. when people was like completely like locked, the shit was like locked down, some shit like that.
2020, the whole almost well.
Yeah, because you're right. 'Cause it started in like February.
Yeah.
It started like February. So that's Esau just really testing the will of the people, and by him, approving, all them jibs so fast and things like that. Okay, how bad do these people really want to get back to normal life? How bad will these people, if I put them to the test, are they willing to give themselves to me and my demands and whatever I ask them to do? That's what it's all about. Because you wind up taking the jib as easily as so many people taking it, and what their goal was to get 70% of the people to take it. I think they have really got like 60% by now. I'm sure they got over 70. But if they have that, they like, damn, okay, well, we know we got most of the population locked down. Now, how can we get the rest of them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not worried about the ones who they got jibbed up, because now they know, okay, they're going to bend down, they're going to bend the knee. How can we get the rest of the other 40-something% that's not bending the knee to us to get down and bend down the knee? But the look, and out of all of that 100%, you're still going to have 99%. You know what I'm saying? What? Because the rest, you're going to have some extremists that's possibly not going to take it well. But at the end of the day, they still don't fucking matter, because it's ABE, all about the elect at the end of the day. The Lord's small cluster of grapes that he saved to him, that's really going to escape this and not bow down. Because everybody else really don't matter at the end of the day. Everybody has to roll out, man.
Yeah, real quick. You also, with the percentage that Esau have, and then what their goal was, they didn't fully meet, even though now they probably met, but they figured that if they could do this and get enough people to buy into it, that the rest would just have to follow. That shows you the Most High is in control. Even Esau, his algorithm ain't working too right. It ain't perfect, man. Yeah. Only the Most High is perfect. How about How shot?
But it says also going into what the brother was saying, as far as the whole world being bamboozled, the closer we get to the end of this thing. And it says that basically in Proverbs 4:17 through 18, it says the path of the just is a shining light, but shining more and more to the perfect day. But the wicked, they basically gonna stumble. So as the brother was saying, here it is. This devil will come up. This devil has to practice his witchcraft. Best believe he has no choice but to get better at it. And we call him stop eat. Because that's what he is. But to the world, they're being pacified. They're being pacified to sleep, and it's just to basically fuck them up. It's to make them think that they have a choice.
And how the scripture mentioned that the Lord has endings and effects and signs. Hey man, that goes to show that spiritual powers are going to be given. They gotta determine the movies special effects. Showing that like you'll have a superpower movie, and it'll be like off the chain, man. As far as the illustration of it. So those type of special effects is gonna be right in our face, man. The powers, man, the action that's about to come to this place, and you think of ancient Egypt, right? Because that was like effects and signs of how it ended. Well, now Esau's kingdom is coming to an end, and it's gonna end in the same type of fashion, man. So I got something real quick. Exodus chapter 9, verse 24 says, "So there was hell and fire mingled with the hell." That's effects right there, man. It says very grievous, such as there was none like it in all the land of Egypt, all that was in the field, both man and beast. And the hell smote every herb of the field and brake every tree of the field. Only in the land of Goshen, where the children of Israel were, was there no hell. So, right next door is coming down insanely, man, upon the Egyptians. And then right next to that is the Israelites, and it's peace and safety right there, man. So when this thing happens again, Lord willing, it could be the same way, man. Now we look at 2/3 as heathen. So when they get completely destroyed, man, okay? Because like I said, how it ends in them effects and signs, man, that's how it's about to end again here. All right, so Lord's gonna cover us while insane shit is happening to the rest of these people out here, man. Even 2/3 of our own people.
I got you right here. This is 2 Ezra 2 and 27. Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful.
To this, with a strong mind. All right, happy that this place is about to fall. The scripture saying in Apocrypha, happy to see that liveth to see the fall of his enemy, man. So fuck this place, man. We hate this place. We're slaves here, man. Whether you could go to the club on a Saturday or not, you're still a slave. You still got to put in 40 hours, man. Goddamn week, enter to a fucking boss, man. A so-called boss. When the scripture say this whole earth was given unto us, so that our own people is happy with crumbs from the master's table, man. And that's pathetic and that's a joke. So we can't wait for this place to be destroyed. And the Lord told us to be not weary when it is, man. So may all hell break loose in this motherfucker, man.
Hey, real quick, just to back you brothers with the precepts, because we all seen this. If you travel before, you be driving on the highway, sometimes it be whatever which day, night. But you ever notice where sometimes one part of the highway is raining, the other part of the highway is dry.
Yeah.
And you be driving for a minute and you be like, yo, it's raining over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And be like, yo, how is it that it's raining on one side of the highway but not raining on the other side?
Yeah.
And you literally next to each other like that, going in different directions.
Yeah.
Well, that's how the Lord can keep brothers safe. At the same time, the rain is coming. At the same time, you can keep brothers, dry. But wet. Lit. I say lit. Yeah.
That's right.
It says, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord. My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall know.
Hey, if the enemies can't do nothing to you, you know how much that angers them?
Hell yeah.
You're gonna pop a blood vessel.
Yeah.
You're gonna be so mad that they can't touch the Lord's elect.
That's like somebody that just wanted to beat your ass so bad, but they just can't do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they just can't catch you, or somebody chase you or something. They just make them even mad at you. You're like, no, you want kids in the playground and shit. Then you like, nah, the boo, you can't get somebody get angry and get mad and shit, start crying and shit. They can't catch you or some shit like that. That's Esau, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big ass baby, man.
Yeah, these devils gonna come short, man. Because they don't know the mysteries of the Most High. How it tells in Wisdom of Solomon, is it the 5th chapter? The 2nd chapter?
Yes.
You read it down. He tells us that they don't know the mysteries of the Most High. So things they imagine, but they was deceived, man. They look to take us into spitefulness and torture. Well, we don't bow the knee to Baal, all right? And we worship Yahweh by Shema Shai and door to the end. We ain't got nothing to worry about. The Lord is gonna protect brothers, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 21. Such things they did imagine and were deceived, for their own wickedness have blinded them. As for the mysteries of God, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for the blameless souls.
See, we got the best of both worlds, man. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, because the wicked, they may have the best of we got the best of both worlds, because we understand wickedness and we also understand righteousness. Esau don't understand righteousness. He understands wickedness well. He's the wicked. But when the righteous and mysteries of the Most High, which is done on the right hand side, he don't know. He hears us teaching it. He knows the scriptures, but he don't have the faith in it, because he prospers in wickedness. So someone that is prospering in wickedness, that's all they believe in. They don't care about on the right, because what's on the right ain't nothing happening, sort of, they think. And the scriptures tell us in Job how the Lord hides on the right. See, we see wickedness every day. It's in your face. You got social media. You're dealing with women or whatever the case may be. You seeing the shit. You see the shit outside. You walking down the street. You got your job. It's all out there. But righteousness is sort of hidden. And nobody looks for righteousness except for those of the elect. So what's going to spring up in this very end? Well, what's springing up now? Righteousness.
That that one scripture says, "What shall it profit us? If we seek the Lord," roughly paraphrasing. But yeah, just something like that. Psalm 74 says, "The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after the Most High. the Most High is not in all his thoughts. So, you know, and we just read the scripture about the things that the Lord delights in, you know, righteousness. So Esau, the so-called white man, he was wrong people. They don't see a prophet to good quality traits, you know, that the Lord delights in, like righteousness, you know, faith, integrity, sincerity. He says, that's gonna get me paid, man. You had that one devil man, one of the Rockefellers, that said like greed is good, you know. So it's good to fuck over the next man, manipulate the next man just to make a quick buck. But in the eyes of the Lord, that's don't defraud your brother, man. You know, you're not supposed to defraud thy neighbor, which is ultimately the fellow Israelites. So, you know, this damn devil man, he doesn't know how to please the Lord at all, man.
Hey, the scriptures say the wicked is short. So the wicked with that mindset, like you said, the Rockefeller said that, he don't realize his time is short. You know, Esau's time is short. It seems long. You know, we're in the flesh, it's like, you know, and we young brothers. You know, young brothers going through trials and tribulations and seeing the world wickedness of what it is. The Lord opened our eyes to see, you know. So the wicked don't understand that their time is short. You know, they're gonna be as though they've never been. You know, there's gonna be no remembrance of Babylon except for in the holy day brought up, and we gotta remember how the Lord delivered the Israelites from the land of the north. You know, because this deliverance is going to top the old ancient deliverance from out of Egypt. You know, so we're going to remember, you know, but heathens, they not going to be remembered in this place. It's like now, heathens, they may do history and remember how the Greeks ruled, you know, how the past ancient kingdoms ruled, you know, and they got artifacts here, this and that, but they're not thinking upon that place every day, you know. So this place is temporary, man. It's really temporary. Once the Lord make good riddance of this place, it's over. You know, righteousness ruling in the earth. You know, the heathens ain't gonna have time. You know, the Lord said we're gonna rule them with a two-edged sword. They're not gonna have time to think about Babylon, man, because they're gonna be so worried about the present day, worried about their day when the sun is up. You know, you got it out.
Yeah, but since you just mentioned that, I'll just break it out. You can break it down. Zechariah 14. And I thought at verse 13 says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from the Lord shall be among them. They shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse and the mule and of the camel and of the ass, and of all the beasts shall be in these tents as this plague. And it shall come to pass that every one that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be to worship the King, the Lord of hosts. Even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the feast of the tabernacles."
See,
You know?
so the heathens gonna have to worship our power. They're gonna have to worship our customs and our ways, our holy days, man. See, right now they don't have to. But when Israel is established as that mountain, that holy mountain, the Lord's holy mountain here on the earth, all nations gonna have to worship Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Because why? We're gonna be made judges, man. All right. The Lord gonna He's gonna set up the elect as the judges of the earth under Yahushua. You know. So whenever there's other nations that going off, they're gonna get judged by one of the Lord's elect. You know, they're going to get judged according to the law. All right? The law is what's going to give us peace in the whole entire earth. All right? He's going to change our inward parts. He's going to put it into us, take out the stony heart, and give us a heart of flesh. And if we made perfect, therefore we can reign righteousness perfect in the earth. Meaning we'll never go off. We don't have to worry about warring anymore because we're going to have it locked down. We ate little 11 for whole love. What's that going on? Oh, nah, hell nah. We on that, send them over there, get them, bring them over here. That's done with. Oh, ain't no disguising and putting guns and they staging some sort of plot against the rise up. The Lord is going to be always with us. If our power is with us, there's no way this other nations could ever come against us. They may try, the Lord might want to see something, see brothers, whoop some ass, but we know it ain't going to be war. It's going to be a slaughter.
Yeah.
A war is when two countries are battling, killing each other.
Mm-hmm.
If someone comes and just slaughters somebody, that's not a war.
Yeah.
That's a tough.
Must be one of them Crenshaw mouth.
Yeah, you got something up?
Yeah.
Slack, if I could add, the brother, that's beautiful. Because the Lord basically the brother basically just read, the only time these devils will be able to celebrate is their own downfall. Because the Feast of Tabernacles is when we had took, that was a feast from when the Lord brought us out of Egypt, man.
Mm-hmm.
You got it,
Because he was saying, we get a precept about he was saying, he calls Micah 4 and 2, and many nations shall come and say, come, let us go to the mountain of the Lord, and to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth from Zion, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
So guess what? The heathens gonna love to serve our power. They're gonna love to serve us. Somebody get Proverbs 29 and 2. Because right now you see the nations are mad, man. All right, you see people uproars going on in the world, and they're fighting against their very government because they know shit ain't right. So in the kingdom, as the righteous rule, the people gonna rejoice, man. They gonna want to serve Jacob, man, because they gonna see how glorious Jacob is living. You think them heathens ain't gonna want to be a part of it? Yeah, they gonna want to be a part of it. They gonna have to be a part of it, and they gonna want prosperous coming to them too and their families, man. You think of Ishmael, man. Ishmael prosperity to come in his family and his daughters and his sons and stuff, because he's living as a prince right now, But you got that?
Yeah, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, the people mourn, man. Hey, the people are mourning right now, man. The whole world is mourning, man. If you ain't mourning, then you wicked. Straight up, because you enjoying this place. So if you enjoying this place, man, you better, ain't nothing wrong with enjoying a little bit of moments, but if you enjoying this place like you want this place to go on, and you're not looking for the kingdom, man, you wicked. Straight up, man. And you're going to be destroyed with this wicked society.
And then, because, I'm making deliveries in the fucking truck every day and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm in these different nice ass areas, all these other nations, like I rarely see Jake ever in like these big ass mansions or these farmlands or anything like that. And today, I went to this motherfucker house, had to, deliver fucking 65-inch TV and shit, big stupid house, you know what I'm saying, out somewhere in New Jersey or whatever. And the guy's name, I knew he was a so-called Jew because of the dude Ben Shapiro.
Mm-hmm.
The dude had the same last name, Shapiro.
Yeah.
So I knew he was a so-called Jew, and the house is so fucking big, we had to take it in the back, and he's like, yeah, honey, what do you think about this? And yeah, we have to do this as Art Deco, and this is at the third. Like, they just thinking about constant, like,
spending days in wealth.
yeah, they spending their days in wealth, and they not worried about no bullshit happening.
Right.
Like, they got that fuck you money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't worried about no recession. Oh, gas is so the fuck what? They're not worried about none of that shit. Like, you can just see the comfort in all their faces and different shit like that. They just not care in the world. That's why the Lord is gonna come back like a thief in the night. Why? Because people are not expecting it, man.
Mm.
They just going on lollygagging like everything is everything, man.
Mm.
And especially in those areas, you really feel like it's nothing going on. Like the whole world is people just because of the area that you're in.
Yeah, the neighborhood,
Yeah.
the blocks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at Jake, this is how we know that the curses fit us, man. According to Deuteronomy 28:15 on down. The curses that was put upon the Israelites for not hearkening unto the voice of Yahweh. That's on us. Here it is. You might be okay, but guess what? Outside ain't okay. Your car outside, it ain't okay.
Word.
You might not got a garage. Sometimes the way you live, you might live in an apartment building, or you may live in a house. Cause over here in Jersey, they got houses where there's no backyards.
Yeah.
Everybody like this,
Yeah.
sardines and
You
shit.
gotta park.
You
on
can't
the
even
street
find
and
park
shit.
on your
Yeah,
block.
yeah.
You gotta You gotta park 2
Down
blocks
the
down
block, yeah.
and walk to your crib, man.
Word.
Oh, New York, it's like that, man.
Yeah, that's.
And then you gotta deal with the neighborhood, the little ninjas running around, you know, that wanna jump in your car, break in your car, or be a jack boy, rob you, you know, or just violence, straight up, gang. Maybe you around a block full of gang members, you know, and guess what? Just because you live in some sort of suburbs, I'll tell you this, over here, there's a little suburb near us, but these ninjas, they wising up and went to and go over here to the other side, a little nice neighborhood, whatever the case, and they'll take those people's cars and get right back into the streets of North, ride in and do all that. So we versus fit us, like you said, they ain't got this,
Word.
you know. That's crazy, man. That's why we look for Yahweh Shah to destroy this bitch. You know, this shit gotta go, man. Gotta go, man.
We have the last few precepts.
Yes, Proverbs 15:15. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he that is of a merry heart have a continual feast. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great
Bring
treasures.
it back one more time.
Okay, con. This is Proverbs 15:15. All the days of the afflicted are evil.
All the days of the afflicted are evil. We got some fucked up days we be going through, man. Like, goddamn. Because every day seems fucking wicked to us, man. We got to constantly go through to try to fucking endure. All these are my, just look at this is, I go to that song, it was around like verse 12 or something. I was envious.
Hey, while the brother get there and say, see, the thing about Esau and Jake, Esau not working as hard as Jake. Jake is working, I'm talking about those that's working out there in the world to have a penny and change.
Yeah.
They working hard, 2 or 3 jobs.
Wow.
Esau, majority of them, well, I'm gonna say enough of them, they have hand-me-down. You know, they relax. They just gotta work a job to keep the bills flowing, or they got what their grandfather gave them, their great-grandfather gave them, what's passed down.
Yeah.
So they ain't gotta get out there and get it out the mud.
Exactly.
Jake always gotta get it out the mud. You know, then they tell you stop crying about it. Go get it. It's not races, you know, you playing a race car. Go out there and be whatever you want to be. Nah, man, it's not fair. You had all these years, all right, to accumulate all this wealth off of the blood, sweat, and tears of the Israelites. And then you tell us, don't cry about it? Man, you complaining. You know, and then Esau don't let up. When it comes to law, he makes sure he stifles you, man. You know how you say, you know, in high school, dudes was get braids.
Yeah,
And they should be stifled. It's like, yo, your shit stifled, son. You ain't got no hair back there.
Stifled.
Like, he stifles you, man. He cuts you off, man. Your shit like this, and his shit like this. Your shit like this, his shit like this. You know? Man, we looking for your house shot.
It used to be a time within the society, people would look at like, you make $15 an hour, you make $20 an hour. It used to be, people just consider it something. Man, that shit ain't shit, man. You work 40 hours, 20 an hour, that shit like fucking $700 at the fucking taxes. That shit ain't shit, man. You know what I mean? And I was looking up something as far as New Jersey. I got the New Jersey Break app on my phone, and they sent me notifications. So it sent me, and I was reading this article, you know, about like the different worst cities to live in New Jersey. Obviously, Newark is fucking number 1. You know what I'm saying? They say it's a 1 in 10 chance that you will possibly be victimized in Newark, and that's double the national average. And the median for the whole country, the average rent for the whole country is $1,876. That's the average amount of rent that the people pay for the whole United States. So if you think about it, even if you're making $20, $21 an hour after taxes, that shit like a little bit over $700 or whatever, maybe $725, something like that. You add that shit up at the end of the month, that's what, like $2,900, some shit like that. Rent is fucking $1,800. You got $1,000 left, man.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing with that? You got your phone bill, you got your insurance, you got if you got cable and internet.
Don't have a
You know what I'm
car,
saying?
a note or whatever.
You know what I'm saying? You forced to get another job, or you forced to have some type of other hustle or some type of income. This is why the scripture said what? The soul without foot shall have no rest. We truly don't have no rest here, man. We're not supposed to,
You gotta
man.
pay your insurance. And then they get mad when Jake cut corners.
Yeah.
Try to get the cheapest insurance. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Fuck that. I ain't got no coverage. Just fucking give me insurance so these police won't bother me.
Fucking the stick on my shit. You know what I mean?
Or Jake, they get the food stamps and get insurance off food stamps. You know what I'm saying? Got free insurance, you pay like $1 a month.
Jake got a filet with a bagel, man.
Then your car might break down, man. That's why people say he that get us the bag with holes, man.
Yeah.
You know, every time you turn around, you gotta renew your registration. All right, you gotta renew your damn license, man. You know, heat bill, light bill, man. It's just a joke, man.
Shit, man.
Man.
Don't let, and that's what really happens because you live in from check to check. Something random shit happen, it fucks up your whole
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Send
makes
you
you
on
in
the
a hole.
back.
But continue on with that.
Psalm 73:3 says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked."
Exactly. Read on.
It says, "For there are no bands."
I'm sorry, man. I mean, hey, sometimes I get pissed off. I get pissed off sometimes, man. I'm walking and shit. I'm looking at this nigga spinning the block. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. I just want to get the A to B. This nigga joyriding and wilding in the damn car.
Yeah.
Doing donuts and shit, hitting the corner. I'm like, all I want to do is get the A to B. I'm simple. I ain't doing that shit. I get mad as hell, man. Fuck this thing. You know, I'm serious, man. Sometimes shit get to you, man. You know, just want it more, man. That's all. You know.
Word. It says verse 4, "For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm."
Exactly. There are no bands in their death and their strength is firm, man. You know what I'm saying? So they not held back by nothing, man. That's what it's talking about when it's talking about the bands or whatever. Because obviously a ban is usually used to restrain something or restrict something. So they don't have no restrictions upon their life, man. They don't. They can really do whatever the fuck they want, but we know at the same time, this is their blessing currently, is to rule the earth presently now.
He had total his Mercedes Benz. Drunk as hell. Esau. Drunk as hell.
Yeah.
Total his Mercedes Benz. Next week he got another one.
And fuck around and hit somebody and still get off with this shit.
Yeah.
Shit crazy, man. You know? Hey, that's why he said, well, fools at the end, you know, at the sight of the wicked, but the ultimate point is he come down to the end, you know, when he said pretty much that he was image, but then he understood their end. You know, jump down to that part, you know what I'm talking about?
He readers, huh?
That should be around like 12, something like that.
Let's read to
Verses 5, "They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as violence to them as their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish."
I promise you, dude, spot out what 2 days, so-called, like I said from the last thing, I knew he was a so-called Jew. I know he got more than a heart could wish. Just looking at that fucking crib, man. You know what I'm saying? And they complaining about a side room because they just took the AC out of the shit. Yeah, we should have kept the AC over here. Motherfucker, some Jake don't even barely have AC in their house and just baking in this bitch. They complaining about they took the AC out of the side room.
Brother,
That's next to the pool house.
And then the brother in Campbell just saying that. He said, brother, he said he was sweating. He ain't got no AC in there.
Probably 2 fans on his drawers.
See? That's what I'm saying. Crazy.
It says, "Their eyes stand out with fatness, they have more than heart could wish. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression, they speak loftily."
Hey, and I was just watching the dude, Andrew, former kickboxing champion and shit, and he do a lot of stuff on social media. He be speaking a lot, and he be raw with the way he speaks and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like talk about women issues, like everything just be real raw. And he was on this podcast because the other dude challenged him, and he was saying like, It's like, you know, with this whole pandemic and all this other stuff, if you still trust in the government, it's like, you're a fucking idiot. It's like the only way you can have some sort of freedom is you have jurisdiction in all different countries. It's like every government in the fucking world is corrupt, and if you don't believe that, you're a fucking idiot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is how Esau lived. This is his fucking, you know what I'm saying? He was breaking the dude ass down in that fucking debate. You know what I'm saying? Like, but go ahead, read that again.
Comment says, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Hey, and they speak wickedly concerning oppression. Oppression ain't nothing to them, man. Because this is how they make their living. They make their living off the sweat and off the backs of other people. They don't bring no products, no real industry, no nothing to society, man. They just leech off of everybody and everything, man.
Well, because they are the oppressor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why you go into, I remember going into the Blue Letter years ago, the word massa is a burden. When you look up the word burden in the Blue Letter burden, the word is massa. You know what I'm saying? Massa or oppressor, basically. So when our people in hardcore slavery call them massa, they're saying, what, you're a burden unto me, you're my oppressor.
Right.
And they didn't even really realize it. They wasn't trying to say master, they were saying master. Yeah.
That's the Hebrew?
Yeah, Hebrew.
So they set their mouth against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth.
Tongue walketh through the earth. What? And we know Psalms 58:3, the wicked go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that's how they tongue work with the earth. They tongue dirty as shit, man. See, cobwebs and all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they move. Everything that they spit is a lie. Everything that they spit is venom. It's deadly to your ear. As soon as you hear anything from them, you gotta question that shit, man. You gotta really, but Jake don't do that. It's, oh, it sounds nice.
Right.
White people is
Yeah.
fuck out, man.
Slick stuff.
Wrong out to them.
You return hither in full waters. Read that one.
Return hither, and waters of are wrung out to them.
Exactly. So basically, he said because of how his tongue walks through the earth, his lies and everything sounds so good that people come back to him and he bring out. Read it one more time. The last part.
And waters of a full cup.
So water, you got a full cup of water. Go ahead.
Are wrung out to them.
So it's like you dipping something in a cup of water and you wringing out the rest of the scraps to them. But you got the full cup of water. But you just wringing out little drips and shit to them. Giving little morsels of water. I'm thirsty. And you just looking for a drop of fucking water. And that's all you fucking getting. And then right after that drop of water, you thirsty again, so you gotta get more of their bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how they set this shit up. For you to keep coming back into them, man. It's a revolving fucking door.
That sounds like that too, because
Yeah.
you got certain economies, like I want to say Argentina. At a point in time, they was autonomous, and then you know, when you go into the history, they signed up for the IMF. Now to this very day, they're rioting because they're in debt. Saying Esau puts them in debt, and then so they always have to come back to him. You know, the scriptures say the borrower servant. No. Yeah, the borrower is servant to the lender.
Yeah.
Verse 11. And they say, how doth the Most High know? And is there knowledge in the Most High? Behold, these are the ungodly.
He said, how do the Lord know? They don't know what we doing down there.
And you know something though? See, these scriptures for us. See, we the ones that understood, you know, these letters, you know, that was written on scrolls, and we understood this was for us. This is our book. Right. It's not for these heathens, but the heathens are able to read it today, you know. But the wicked, they don't understand it. Because, you know, how the wicked say, how would the Lord know? The Lord looks within the heart. He knows everything. You can't hide from the Lord. The scriptures say how he told Samuel that he said he looks within the inward part of man, not the outward appearance. But now the wicked have become greater wiser in wickedness because they use the book, you know. But that's as far as they can go. You know, when the Lord pour out that righteous power through his men, and we start seeing the thing, the power inside, the wicked is in trouble. What's the Migos? You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble.
Not for real, no cap. Word. It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain.
Hey, so the Lord gave you the breakdown and the characteristics of the so-called white man from the top all the way to that verse. Read that last verse again.
Yep. It says, verily, I have cleansed my heart.
Not right.
Salaki. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
Read the other verse one more time.
Oh, yep. It says, and they say, how doth the Most High know? And is there knowledge in the Most High?
So once again, all of this is going from verse 1 all the way on down to now he's saying, how do the Most High know? Et cetera, et cetera. They question this shit among themselves. Now go ahead.
It says, behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
Yes, behold, so it says, now we done broke all of this down. And the conclusion is that these are the ungodly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know that at the end, the conclusion is, this is Esau. I tell you,
Right.
This is Esau, man.
Yeah.
But people can't look at it like that. That's the beauty of it, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking context, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord lays it out perfectly so we can understand.
Yeah, another thing too, I think, I can't remember if a brother or one of the apostles had brought out a lesson, and it was how these women were saying something about, wisdom, about the scriptures, saying that, why is it that we're taking, some woman said something crazy, like why are we taking away from women when the scriptures say woman? You don't understand the metaphors.
Yeah.
It's like this is why, who are the greatest rappers? Who are the greatest lyricists?
Yeah.
Jake. When Nas made that song about that's your boy,
Yeah. What, the gun or
the
rewind?
gun rewind. He talked about his woman, like if Jake, for example, Jake, she with me all the time. She in my back pocket strap.
Yeah.
She bark first, she speak and don't ask questions.
Yeah.
What is he talking about?
Uh-huh.
Esau would be like, okay, that's a girl. But Jacob be like, nigga, he talking about his gun. You dummy. That's why when we read the scriptures, we get it.
Yeah.
We get the metaphors. It was, our language before speaking metaphors, but we
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
Esau, you don't get this book. Cat Malone, you don't get this book. That's us. That's today. He got put up a video of old cat fucking rapping. Oh, look at this shit. I was dying. What the fuck, corny as hell, man. You not us. See, all that comes from who? Jacob, man. That's us, man. You could cut on your radio right now and you listen to these rappers today rapping. You got one dude talking about what was the old song, Molly's and all that. What was it, Future? I think it was maybe something about Molly's, but you hear what's my NEL? There's metaphors speaking. That's is Jake.
Yeah.
It's not Edomites.
Yep. Verse 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They increase in riches.
Mm-hmm.
Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency.
Mm-hmm.
For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children.
Right, cause so he was pretty much thinking in his head like, damn, he said, yo, like I cleansed myself in vain, like I've been going through all of this and different stuff, but he said, but if I continue to speak this way, it's like, damn, I'm gonna offend my whole generation of my people if I keep speaking like this. Because our oppression and stuff, it means something, so I can't truly say at the end of the day that I cleanse myself in vain, because I see, because when you really analyze this, he was torn between the flesh and the spirit. This is why he's saying these things, because he's speaking as a man in this context. That's why he said, bring it back, and I'll break it down.
Come, says verse 13. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain.
So he said, well, I cleansed my heart, I cleansed my mind in vain. So he said, I repented, I did this and did that. It's like, but damn, I did this shit in vain. This is what he thinking. He thinking like a man. He thinking with the flesh, got that?
And wash my hands in innocency.
Yeah, so he said, now wash my hands I mean, of all the bullshit that I did, by the Glock ahead.
For all the day long have I been plagued.
Cause I've been fucked up this whole time. I've been fucked up this whole time, and then I've been repenting, I've been doing this, and I'm still fucked up this whole time. That's how you feeling. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yep. If I may add, meanwhile, ungodly prospering.
Mm-hmm.
It says, for all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning.
And every morning, I'm going through it. Every fucking day. No, I ain't going through some shit. Go ahead.
If I say, I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children.
Right? So he's saying, if I'm saying this, but if I continue to speak in this way, then I'm going to offend my people. Like the generation of children that's going on now, the people that are before me, that put up some sort of struggle and things of that nature, you know, that was actually around back then. So he's like, I got to check. So in essence, when you gather, it's like, yo, I got to check myself. It's now he's getting more into this, into a realization of certain things because he's getting about in the flesh state. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
When I thought to know this,
When I thought to know this, go ahead.
it was too painful for me.
It was too painful because to now he coming to the perfect understanding. That's what it is. Because when you, how the scriptures say, Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. Somebody go there real quick. Yeah, Ecclesiastes 1 and 18. Because when you think upon things and you come to that true realization, sometimes that shit, it hurt, but you be so glad that you do know, but it's like, damn, I can't do shit about it. You know what I mean? Because it's torn between the flesh and the spirit. Go ahead.
For much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
So that's why I brought him much pain. You know what I'm saying? Because he's increasing in knowledge, the Lord allowed him to feel those feelings and to have those emotions and those thoughts so that he could come to the ultimate understanding, you know, of certain things. So go ahead.
Yep. So back in Psalm chapter 73, verses 16, when I thought to know this, it was too painful for me until I went to the sanctuary of the Most High.
So that whole time it was painful for me. He said what? Until I went to the sanctuary of the Most High. That's when it started to change. That's when he started thinking more in the spirit now. Go ahead.
Yep. Then understood I their end.
Then said, I was thinking with the flesh this whole time, but now it's where the Most High. I thought about it. The Lord done blessed my spirit with the perfect understanding. Now I understand what's going to happen to these dirty motherfuckers at the end. Okay, you motherfuckers ain't getting away with this shit. Yeah, you got it all now, but the Lord got us in the end. It's more than that.
Oh, I believe that was it. Yep.
That was it.
No, sorry. It says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places.
He set them in slippery. It's a slippery slope,
Right.
right? They got it all, but do they really have it all in the end?
Right.
How's the end going to turn out for them? Shit seems good now, but will it be all good? Hey, shit was all good just a week ago. Is it going to be good a year from now? 2 years from now? What does that future fully look like? You know? Go ahead.
Says, thou castest them down into destruction.
Thou cast them down into destruction. Because what? We know that that's their ultimate end.
Right.
Go ahead.
How are they brought in desolation as in a moment?
In a moment. How are they brought to the... They had all of this. But now the Lord gave me that understanding. They're going to be brought down in a fucking moment, man. In a heartbeat. Go ahead.
Says, they are utterly consumed with terrors. As a dream when one awaketh, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
Exactly. So just like when you dream, hey, you woke up from a nightmare, you might be mad, you might be upset, you might be feeling different emotions. The Lord going to do away with them in the heart. The Lord going to have his anger towards them in a heartbeat. Because the scripture say, what? We shall be changed in the twinkling of an eye. So when the Lord get ready to bat his eye, that fury is going to be towards Esau. America's going to be destroyed. We're going to be getting delivered, and we're going to be set in our right place all in that moment, man.
Yeah.
All in that moment, man. That's a lot to happen in a moment's time, man. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, man. Just like that. Good.
Yep. It says, thus my heart was grieved, and I was pricked in my reins.
Mm-hmm.
So
In his
foolish.
mind.
Hey, real quick, I'm just thinking of you speaking. This is in my
Yeah.
mind. This is imagine in the kingdom if the Lord, allow. I'm pretty sure we'd be able to look at everything like a movie,
Yeah.
the way the Most High see it,
Yeah.
and just be glorifying the Lord. Like, wow, you didn't even know that was going on. Hey, look, that happened at the same time as that.
Yeah.
Damn, this all happened together.
Yeah.
Because we all one individual,
That's
so
right.
we can see it with the eyes the Lord gave us, but seeing it from here
Yeah.
and watching the world and everything, that's gonna be
It's
beautiful,
gonna be a
man.
whole other perspective to look at. It's gonna be a lot more to meditate on, all of that, man.
Mm.
Okay, it should be only a little bit left.
Verse 22 says, so foolish was I, ignorant.
So foolish and not ignorant. Why? Because he realized, I was thinking in the flesh. My bad. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why the scripture said the just shall live by faith.
Mm.
As the brothers just read, the Most High is going to despise their image. But like you said, you in it, so it's like, man, he's doing good.
Yeah.
And it's been like that for so long. It's like, man, I don't see a way out of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how that's how 2/3 of our people feel. And that's how they think. They can't see it no other way. The Lord haven't given the spiritual eye to see that. So they don't have that perfect balance that we have, right? Because they can only see one way. We see from all facets and avenues. We see it physically, we see it fleshly, we see it spiritually. That's all you need. And we know that the spirit will always override everything that resides within the flesh. But to the masses of the people, they can't see the spiritual things of the Lord overriding the things of the flesh.
That's right.
Because Esau's dominance is that powerful in their eyes
Right.
that they can't see nothing else. They're blinded by the image of the so-called white man. They're blinded by his respect, blinded everything they put in front of their face, that they can't even see the Lord in his greatness
Mm-hmm.
in the Esau. So people want to believe in karma and all this. Well, why can't you believe that our power is going to pay back the so-called white man for all his atrocities against us? If they believe in karma, a chick will be like, yeah, this nigga did me wrong, but it's going to come back to him. And then next year something happens to the nigga, he get locked up. That's what that nigga get. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You can believe in all of that. Why you can't believe in the much greater fact of the Lord recompensing us for all our atrocities against us, man? You just think the so-called white man is going to continue to go on forever and never be punished? You really think that? That's what people really think. America is the greatest country to face in the earth. Nothing could ever happen. It's going to be happy, happy, joy, joy. Oh yeah, it's a little hard times in that little recession, but shit gonna bounce back. And they think this shit gonna keep on tottering like this, and it's never gonna fucking change, man. The Lord got to people rude awakening, man. There's more.
Yeah, it says, so foolish was I and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee.
Hey, so foolish and ignorant, I was as a beast before thee, because what? The Lord likened the other nations unto beasts. Because they don't have law, they don't have order and things like that. So he's thinking like, yo, I'm out of my element. I'm not in my perfect character how I should have been. I was thinking like the other nations. I was thinking like a 2/3. That's how I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yep, it says, nevertheless, I am continually with thee, thou hast holden me by my right hand, thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory.
So you said it right then and there. I was thinking wrong, but I know you've been holding me by my right hand. You're going to continue to strengthen me. You're going to guide me, and you're going to bring me into glory. So that spiritual side kicked in to where he know, hey, I have every right to trust in the Lord. I have every right that I should constantly want to repent. I should constantly want to, everything I've done, you say, yeah, I thought I did it in vain and all that. But in the end, I know it's all to the good anyway. So it profits me to constantly walk in this light of Yahweh Shemiah Shah and to no longer be foolish at the sight of the wicked, because they're in his destruction. And now we're in his glory.
Mm-hmm.
We've already gone through the destruction. We're going through the destruction of our people now still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only brighter days ahead. Hey, Tupac said, better days, better days. You know what I'm saying? I want better days for the kingdom, man.
Yeah.
It's not going to be better days there in Babylon,
Yeah.
you know?
Hey, real quick to back you, because you said how Esau at the end of Esau's kingdom. Scriptures say when Esau falls, Jacob is up next that followed.
Mhm.
And we know that's the beginning.
Yeah.
So I got a scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting manifestation, ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, world without end. So our world never gonna end, man.
Exactly.
So for those who, the elect that bow not the knee to Baal, the elect is gonna be delivered, man. And we're gonna be delivered into a kingdom which is gonna be here on earth, and our body.
Them out of the world, but that thou shouldst keep them from the evil.
Yeah, so with that, we hope this segment was edifying, and we'd like to give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakodash.
Double ones to the apostles and the elders of the millstone. Shalom to like out there, doing his word of faith for their beloved true sincerity. Shalom, shalom to the brothers in the common boom.
Shalom. Shalom. Akwaf. Shalom.
Yeah, my bad, extended it mad long.